Now, for your bond token holders, I got you an update you do not want to miss, as I got the big boys in the house, and I'm talking about Bad Idea AI. They're gonna give you all the latest news regarding their bot, Sarah. And this bot isn't your average bot. Let me show you. Boys, tell us more about the Bad Idea AI bot.
Bad Idea AI built, everybody. You're at the badideai.com arena powered by Sarah and the backside bots that assist her. You already know this because you have this bot in your Telegram. You're already one of the 300 who use this bot, but you could add this to your Telegram. So if you are a Telegram owner or know someone who runs a Telegram, you should be getting this bot integrated into your chat. We've already talked about how this bot created the whole tournament. I use the bot, one person, completely myself, to make this entire thing happen. This entire venture has been just me and the bot working it out. So if you don't have this powerful tool in your groups, you could be missing out on the opportunity to create community events similar to this. This is all at your fingertips. This is just a glimpse of the power that Sarah can bring to your group. So thanks to Bad Idea AI and their Telegram bot services. And then we would also remind you that there are prizes on the line tonight. We have things up for grabs in this tournament. First and foremost, the winner is going to have $1,000 of Bad Idea AI token burned in their honor, sent into the void, permanently destroyed, and our community will very much appreciate that. That is the benefit that they receive for participating in our tournament. Our community, of course, allowing us to do this in fun has been something that is an experiment of sorts, like everything we do. And as a reward for them for allowing me to do this, basically on their timelines, they're going to get that $1,000 burn. So it'll be in the honor of the winner. And secondary, the winner will receive a customized whitelisted version of the chatbot for their group. Now, what I will do, I'm going to ask Mr. Lightspeed to step away from the coaching for just a second. And if you could you describe what that whitelist entails, sir?
Yeah, thanks. What we're going to do is for the winner, we're going to provide, it won't be completely white label, but what we're going to have is we'll set up a custom mode made just for the community so that Sarah basically becomes another community member that knows a whole lot about that project. We'll add additional knowledge information into the data bank, and uh, we'll also set up an ad-free mode for them so that they can be exempt from that. And so I'm looking forward to it, to the winner, and away we go.
It's going to be excellent. So this tournament is not without its own prizes for both the Bad Idea AI community and the winners. And of course, the biggest benefit has been community engagement. You've noticed how many people are in the arena today, how many people have been following the stories both live on the spaces, in the Shibarium magazine, and other places that we've received coverage. And we appreciate that very much. It's been a big help from the community. And I appreciate all the Bad Idea members who have been part of this and helped repost it, shared it, talk about it in the chats. This is what it takes to keep these things going. As a community, we appreciate all that. Now, without further ado, has everyone got their concessions? Is everyone in their seats? Everybody's ready. I'm ready to read the first quarter of this Shibarium Madness Finals tournament. The teams ready for tip-off, ready to take the courts. I see uniforms. I see captains. It seems like we're ready to go. So if anybody has no objections, I'm ready to read to you the first quarter. Now, we're going to take small breaks after each quarter. We're going to reach out, see what the team thinks after their performance. This is still not going to be very long. I'm not going to orate on you more than I already have. But we're going to check in after quarters, check in at halftime, and we'll see where this leads. So if everyone's ready, I'm ready. Here we go. First quarter. The game kicks off with intensity as both teams are eager to clinch the title. Bone starts strong with a quick three-pointer, setting a tone. Shibble's NFT responds with aggressive defense the whole first quarter and fast breaks, ending the quarter slightly ahead at 24-20. Shibbles with the lead at the end of the first quarter. The defense has been a thing. Shibbles has had some aggressive defense. Shibbles, who defensively on your team do you think is really going to be the standout? Who have you leaned on throughout the tournament to make these types of plays?
Dennis Rodmu, for sure, has been our absolute legend, rebound king, of course. Dennis Rodmu, with his wild hair, really distracts the opponent as he steals the ball from them.
It's crucial. It's not just a shooter's game out there. Remember, basketball is an up and down the court game. Rebounds are really where it happens inside the paint like that. Great plays by the Shibbles. Now, Bone, how are you feeling? Are you shocked with the confidence that you brought into the game? Did you expect the first quarter to go that way?
No, I'm not worried about it at all. Shibo's got some very lucky shots there. I'm very proud of Leash Bird and the performance that we got there down deep on defense. So we're not worried about this one bit.
I barely see any sweat on either of the teams at this point. It's clear they're in shape after having gone through the brackets this far. You wouldn't have made it this far if you weren't conditioned and ready for all 4 quarters. So what remains to be seen of the game? We have 3 more quarters to go. So settle in. We're getting ready for the second quarter. Keep your eyes on the ball as it moves up and down the court. These quarters are quick. These teams are fierce. So here we go. Second quarter. Bone ramps up their strategy, penetrating the Shibul NFT's defense with slick passes and sharp shooting. Midway, Bone takes the lead with a spectacular dunk that energizes the crowd. The half ends tightly contested at 47-45 in favor of Team Bone going into halftime. The teams head to the locker room to chat with their coaches as our staff filters around the arena looking for fan input. Now, the teams moving to the locker room, obviously a lot to think about. Halfway through a game like this, with this much on the line, with all these eyeballs on it right now, you got to think about what these coaches are going to say. And some of you already know light speed. You have to think about what's going through coach's mind. How do you sit down these players and refocus them, right? You know, is it like, hey, you know, you're doing great out there. Do you think he's a positive reinforcement guy? And in the Shibbol's locker room, I just get a sense that they're in there, they're mad. I feel like that's an angry coaching situation. They're not happy going in like this. So when they come back out from the locker room, we're going to get a quick chat with the coach, and we're going to see what they're thinking, if there's been a strategy shift, maybe substitution in the players, or if there's a change coming up. Now, as I look around the arena, I don't see no reporters have raised their hand. If anybody wants to play along, you can raise a hand. Could be fun. Take a risk, everybody. We're having fun on Spaces today. Try it. It's not crazy. I look up and down the arena, and I don't see any of the reporters, but I do look around. I see many of our staff members moving around. I do see some people with microphones in the audience. If anybody has any thoughts, this would be the time to bring it up before we get into the third quarter. Now, from my perspective down here, I'm surprised. I thought Bone was going to come in and absolutely wipe the floor. I'm not trying to be biased in any way. I thought for sure that this team had come in and been prepared to just dominate. So I believe Shibbles actually has the momentum coming out of the locker room. Being close at all, I feel like we talked about the underdog status, but by now, Bone, I feel like, has got to be shaking in their boots. And we'll see what the teams think as they come out of the locker room. And here they come right now, filtering out of the locker rooms with great energy. I see Coach Lightspeed. Coach, come here real quick if we can. Can we get a word from you as you come out of the locker room? How did you sit down with the players and get them refocused? What do you say to a team with this close of a game and everything on the line?
Well, it's very important not to get cocky, right? We got to keep our eye on the prize. So we're going to just continue to stay with the plan. We're going to throw Shib Jordan into the game. He's going to launch off those green candlesticks, and I'm expecting some really good dunks this time.
The under the paint play, obviously that slam dunk surely fired up the crowd. We saw their reaction to that type of play. We would love to see more of that. It is exciting, but I do believe it's the defense of the Shibbles down low that you'll have to be worried about. Now, Coach, Shibbles, could you come over here, please? What did you tell your team? Are you as excited as I feel you may be to be this close headed into the third quarter? Do you have that momentum?
Yeah, let me just tell you what I was talking to the players about in the locker room. You know, they are so excited. They feel it. You know, they're getting excited in the locker room. We have to make a couple slight adjustments there. You know, some things we noticed that the Bone team was doing offensively. We think we have a good strategy going into the second half here to combat that. We're really excited to be able to release, you know, a change in our roster here. We want to enter in Shaquille O'Moo as center. To the, you know, he's been an absolute dynamite player early on in the tournament for us. We think he's going to be a really someone we can lean on here in the second half to really help out with those plays. You know, not so good at the free point throws, but you know, we'll put someone else in for that.
A substitution. This could be a crucial move. A coach making a very thoughtful move, a chess player's move, moving one player in and out. We'll see if this substitution comes in crucial. Obviously, a fresh player, fresh legs can have a huge impact going into the third quarter. So stay tuned as we move in to the third quarter of the Shibarium Madness Finals Tournament. We go down to the field. We go down to the arena now for your follow-up as I scroll. Here we go. Third quarter. After the break, Shibbles NFT comes out determined, utilizing their bench depth. They regain the lead with a series of calculated plays and a couple of crucial blocks. The intensity on the court is palpable. Shibbles leading 70-68 as we head into the final stretch. Now, it is shocking to see what a substitution did going in there. Now, Bone had the lead going into the locker room for the second half, but could they have made a crucial mistake in not looking into their own depth as well? Is this decision going to be looked back on as something that would have been paramount, and could they make a decision in the fourth to make another change? Now, the conditioning of these athletes, now I do see some people breaking down. I can tell they're fatigued, but coaches have one last chance to rally these players before we go into the fourth. The fans are frothing. I can see the stands, no one no longer in their seats as the score is this close with this much on the line. $1,000 in bad idea burned in the name of the victor, and the custom Sarah chatbot being added to the telegram. The team surely know that the most important thing is the title of Shibarium Madness Champion, the very first of its kind, and this prestige that shall come with it. So, what will they do? How will they finish? I hope you're all as excited to find out as we go into the fourth quarter. Now, we will leave the coaches alone as they need this crucial time. They're in their corners like cutmen dealing with boxers, trying to get them ready to have this final game. And when the game is over, we will celebrate with the winner. We will cheer for their victory, and we will interview the coaches and the star player down on the floor, and we will ask them how it feels to be the first Shibarium Madness champion. Now, before we start this quarter, we have a reporter out on the floor, out ready to tell us what it's been like out in the stands as this game has been playing. Shib Bender, is your microphone working? How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, that microphone works well. How's the game been from your perspective out there?
Wow, what a game. I thought, like you said before, Bone would probably have a strong showing here and maybe get out a little bit early, but it looks like Shabuls is definitely worthy of being here in the finals. So, yeah, what an exciting match so far. I was part of the Final Four here with Sheep Dream NFTs. Big shouts out to Skulls, too, as well. But, yeah, it's been an exciting match, and just generally, congrats to everybody that even made the tournament, too.
It surely has been a great tournament. The size of the bracket, the amount of teams that were actively participating in both what I mentioned in the last spaces was the amount of comments that this drove. Really what was awesome about it is on X, it's comments that matter the most. The likes are great and retweets are lazy. I'm not saying that they're not valuable, but quote posts and comments are the things that obviously have the most value. And the amount of stuff that we've gotten interaction wise from every single project is not lost on us. It's been very fun and it's been beneficial. I hope everybody's seen all their analytics or at least taken a look at it and seen how beneficial it's been for everybody. So we appreciate you taking the time to be out in the arena, be the man on the ground. Let us know what it's like for the fans out there. This is your last chance. By the way, they stopped selling beer at the end of the third quarter in these arenas. It's not something it's not my rule. I don't do that, you guys. So this is the one where you got to go double fist the beers and come back because they were going to stop at the end of the third and shut those gates. Coach Lightspeed has actually requested a microphone. Coach, how's it going?
We're doing great, Shane. I know we hit the floor very hard here, but we're going to pump it up. We are going to buy back some spirit. We got the Shiba cheerleading team who's going to go ahead and really, really, really pump up the crowd here. We're going to raise up that floor and we're going to get going.
Did he say cheerleaders?
The Shiba Leaders Group. Yes, absolutely. Every good team has a pump team. That's right.
I did not expect the cheerleaders. They brought their own cheerleaders, you guys. This is a mistake, possibly something to amp up the team at the end. Shibbles was without a cheerleader this entire time. Will this be enough for Team Bone with their, look at this, it's the beautiful Bone cheerleaders out there, everybody. Give them a hand out there. Wow, what an exhibition. Could this be enough to change the game? The crowd surely seemed to enjoy it. Well, there's only one way to find out. It's time for the final quarter of basketball in what has been the Shibarium Madness Tournament for 2024. Brought to you by Bad Idea AI Bad Idea AI, your provider for Telegram AI chatbots, administrative assistance, tweet pushes, translation, and more. If you don't have the bot in your group already, you will need it after this Spaces. You will absolutely understand the value. So thanks to badideaai.com for the tournament. And without further ado, it is time for the fourth quarter and the final outcome of the Shibarium Madness tournament. Teams are ready. Announcers are ready. Here we go. The tension peaks as both teams exchange leads. With just seconds left on the clock, Bone ties the game. In a breathtaking final play, a Shibbles NFT player hits a buzzer beater three-pointer, clinching the victory and the championship. Congratulations to the Shibbles, winners of Shibarium Madness first tournament for 2024. Shibbles rushing the court. The benches are emptying. Bone players are crushed. You see tears on the sideline. Tears of joy from the Shibbles as they hug each other, lifting the coach who's covered in Gatorade, which on a hardwood floor is very questionable. And the team from Bone looking very dejected. You can tell the weight of this loss is not lost on them. Coach Lightspeed asking his team to stand up, to keep their chins high and be ready for the high fives and handshakes. Lightspeed, always a great leader, telling the boys, get up, there's always a time, there's always a place next year, but for now, your champion is Shibbles NFT! Coach, how does it feel?
Wow, what a game. Sorry, I'm still a little bit damp from that Gatorade. My shirt is soaked, but wow, I just just joy all around. Everyone's buzzing. Man, what a and shout out to the competition. Bone, coach over there, Bone, hell of a game. That was insane. We're buzzing, but we respect everyone, and everyone came up the show to play today. Wow, we are just delighted over here. We are definitely going to go out tonight. Man, we are so excited. This has been a dream come true. Can't wait to see what happens next year. But man, right now we are gonna do a victory lap for sure, and be ready for the parade. Shibbles are going on parade, baby. Bulls on parade.
Bulls on parade indeed. And who was your star player tonight? Who was our MVP on Shibbles?
Normally Mukul Jordan, but you have to shout out the substitution with Shaquille O'Moo. Shaquille O'Moo today, an absolute legend. That roster switch there after halftime. He was an absolute dominant force at center. The rebound master definitely gave us a chance to win on defense as well. Had some really nice blocks. Really appreciate everyone on the team showing up today, putting in the extra effort. All the reps at practice really paid off.
And I've got a microphone over here. I'm going to ask Shaquille, how does it feel to be the champion? You just won the Shibarium Madness tournament. What are you going to do next? I'm going to Disneyland. You heard it here, folks. He's going to Disneyland. Congratulations, Shaquille. A tremendous victory. And now we would like to give the team at Bone a chance to have the microphone. Congratulations. A very well played game. Nothing to be sad about at all. What would you say as your experience through this tournament has been? Congratulations to all of you for making it this far.
Yes, I have to say on behalf of the Bone team, that was definitely our game to lose. More than to see Shiba's win. So obviously we're going to have to go back into the locker room and do some, self-reflection on the team. Obviously we're going to have to do some burns on the roster, but we'll be back next year even stronger.
True, Coach. A great attitude, always coming back stronger. A time for reflection, rebuilding, reconstruction, and rebirth, like the cycle of a phoenix. Very, very intuitive, very thoughtful answer. So with all this, the ticker tape falls from the ceiling. The fans make their way out of the badideaai.com arena. This is us. We are done. Thank you, everyone, for participating in the 2024 Shibarium Madness Artificial Intelligence Basketball Tournament, brought to you by badideaai.com, where the tournament was completely fake. I made it up, and that's the most fun part of everything. Now, I'm going to stop playing my character now. because I think this has been great, you guys. This is hilarious. You guys all make me laugh so much. I appreciate you stepping into my ridiculous fantasy world and making me feel a little less weird, which is unusual for me because I usually only go in one direction. But everyone that came up here at any point as a speaker throughout any of the spaces we've done, obviously Shibbles, that's Arcturus over there, right, sir? That's you, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes sir.
A fantastic speaker, a hilarious person, and we did not green room any of this performative stuff, you guys. This has been X Spaces improv, and I don't know how much you guys know about theater or comedy, but the fact that we didn't green room any of our interactions is hilarious to me. Ark is a genuinely funny guy, so any of you that are interacting with him on Telegram or anywhere else, you guys are very lucky to have him around. I appreciate Shibbles, and I appreciate you, Ark, for doing this. I also appreciate Lightspeed because this dude's known me a long time, and he knows the depth of my weird best basically more than anyone. And him stepping into this is fun for me because it's a glimpse for you guys of how silly he can be too sometimes, because he doesn't always get to be silly. So bro, I appreciate you LARPing with me on X today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes, very fun for me. And then Shibender and everyone else that came up, Crypto Queen who came up last time, some of these people that just effortlessly slid into this and played along with me in this tournament. It's been funny because from the very first time I made the post, I wasn't sure how many people were going to understand the concept or the idea of what I was doing. And as I think as people saw it and the bracket circulated, people started to say, all right, I get this. I see what he's doing. But I was teasing the whole time. I told Lightspeed when we had the concept that I could take it extremely far if it got popular, if I wanted to do the spaces thing, because the voice work is not hard for me. That's why I got the microphone. But I could do it in a way that probably no one else could. And I hope that's what it felt like today. I hope this was a very unique X Spaces experience. I go to a shitload of X Spaces that are easily forgettable, and I hope this one isn't. I hope you get away from this one and you're like, that shit was weird. that guy was, why was a weird Spaces? Because weird is good. Weird is what makes the world go round. You know, I was raised by a lot of men on TV and around me that made weird cool. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Now, I'm not going to keep everybody around because I didn't really have a timeline on this, but I'm open up to anybody conversationally about how this has been outside of the pretending and stuff like this. Obviously, we're going to burn some bad idea and stuff like that, so we can talk about that. Lightspeed, how's this all been, man?
It's pretty good, and it showcases that we don't take things too seriously around here. We got to keep it fun. The stuff is extremely stressful, very very stressful. It can take a toll on teams. So take a break, take a deep breath, have some fun with it. We want to be the fun project. Our bad idea AI, our whole AI concept is really more about fun. It's about entertainment. So we don't take ourselves too seriously. A lot of the other projects, you see that their tools very very serious. So it's not very fun. So that's what we try to bring in, and we hope to spread that out throughout our whole family. We're all in it together. We all have common causes that we want to support, and so I'm here to help you just as much as I want to help Bad Idea. So Shibas, just send a message to me. I'll sort out the best way I can support you all. I love you all. Everyone is just doing great here, and thanks for just giving me a couple minutes to talk.
Anytime, brother. Floor is always yours in a bad idea space. The community loves to hear from you, and I do like that you brought up the mental health aspect of it because you know, the rule at Pulse for I'm not in my Pulse outfit, but you guys know the number one rule at Pulse is always have fun with stuff because that's the most important thing you can do here. Otherwise, it can be bleak sometimes. So a lot of the projects that are on Shibarium rely on that, whether it's just pure meme culture or just having fun, whatever it is. So we're trying to remind people that just because we're the AI project that is supposed to be working on all this technical stuff, that doesn't mean you can't have a laugh every now and then because I'm silly as shit. Shibbles, what do you thought about? Has this whole thing gone the way you thought it would when you first had the community nominate you and you saw the bracket go up? What was the expectation?
I don't think anyone could have foreseen Shibbles taking the crown, but this has been a wonderful journey, and met a lot of really cool people along the way. Obviously, big shout out to Mr. Lightspeed. I love every interaction with him, and you, of course. It's just been a love, just a lot of love all around in the Shibarium community. Just a lot of fun, and shout out to Lightspeed for calling out the the mental health part of it, right? Like I am always a believer. You can solve everything with laughter, and to have no sense of humor, you have no sense at all, right? So I'm glad we did this. It's been a wonderful, time spent for me. I've had more fun in the last, couple weeks here than I had in a while. So thank you for that.
Boy, that feels good to hear that. Shibbender, for the community that you've been coming from with Shib Dream and stuff, I know you guys are usually pretty active everywhere, but this had to be like a completely different direction for all of you, right?
Yeah, this has been really fun. I've been watching it here throughout, and just got ran over by all the She-Bull fans here when they rushed the court too, by the way. So apologies there. But yeah, it's overall been really, really cool. And just to see so many communities interact, and just the power of Bad Idea AI on top of that too. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on tonight with the new Sarah capabilities. But yeah, seeing things like this and the interactions and the telegrams, and even I think I've seen voice messages and all kinds of crazy upgrades. So yeah, just excited moving forward what the future brings for Bat. And thank you.
You bet. And I appreciate everybody that participated. The 19 comments down on the bottom right, if you guys look at the purple button, those are the people that commented along. That's a super positive chat channel down there. I'm very happy about how that all went. And I appreciate you guys and gals supporting us as we went through this, because the fun thing about this for me was this has been, the bot's been capable of this the whole time. This is just executing on an idea that we had, and just having the consistency to follow through. So I will grandstand for a short period of time about what this took, because I think there are some people here that run brands and stuff that might like to hear this. And I'm not saying I'm in a position to lecture anybody, but you never know who might like something like this. So this is me as Crypto Pulse, as much as it is Bad Idea or anything. So I did this on my own. This was one dude. So what could you do when people go to a DAO and they're like, oh, the devs need to do something, or oh, the team needs to do something? It's like, listen, every single person has got something that they're going to be able to do, or they're going to know, or they're going to be capable of. And it's not going to be this. You're not going to be able to do what I did. I'm not saying that. You might not have the voice thing. You might not know basketball. You might not know AI. But that's not the point. There's going to be something that you're going to be able to do. And all I'm trying to get at is, if one dude did this with the tools that Bad Idea has created, which, by the way, when you think of Bad Idea, is basically Lightspeed creating these bots and stuff. So when you drill down to see how many workers are really making and building, and what is marketing and what is outreach and how does a DAO function and stuff, it's one person doing a lot of things, and a lot of single people doing a lot of things becomes a large movement. And I could get super nerdy and talk about siphonophores and all the creatures in the ocean that are made up of smaller creatures that all get together to do things. I'll go biology on you if I have to. But DAOs have to function as groups of individual people with ideas who can act on their own. And I've heard Lightspeed give versions of this speech before to people who would pay good money to hear speeches like this. That you just have to be the kind of person who doesn't ask for help or permission sometimes. And that's what this tournament took. I never asked Lightspeed for anything. And I'm not bragging. I'm just letting you know it didn't take that. I didn't have to go to any of these communities and put it on their shoulders in the slightest. I didn't ask anyone for a logo. I never opened a DM with anybody. I just did it. I didn't even give them the chance to tell me no, which luckily didn't go poorly in this case. I'm not saying do as I do in any case. But I just want to reinforce for you guys out there that if you're ever sitting there thinking that you don't have the capability to do something powerful or big or make a change as a single person, you are misguided. You've been lied to about your capabilities. You're a human being, God damn it. You are the coolest thing on the planet, evolutionarily speaking. And if you really put that thing in your skull to work and got consistently behind an idea, you guys. This tournament, I did something every single day for what, like 18 days or whatever. That shit was nothing to me. I live a very consistent lifestyle. And that's representative of how this all went. And you can see the audience we built, the anticipation we built. That's what it takes to generate this type of stuff. So the takeaway from this for all of you that are listening to me lecture like an asshole right now is that you can do great things as an individual person, please, and do so. Go out and do great things, because that's what I want to hear about. And if anybody else has anything they want to come up and say, I kind of feel like that's a mic drop moment, but I don't want to keep everybody on Spaces for much longer because I know it's a Sunday and everybody's got better things to do than try and sweep up the rest of this ticker tape. The janitor's getting pissed because I'm still sitting here with a microphone in the middle of the arena. Are you guys ready to go? Final thoughts from everybody? Shibbles, you wanna let's get Shibbles out of here because they got a goddamn plane to catch and a parade to set up and stuff like he said. Shibbles, final thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts. Thank you everyone. This has been lovely. Definitely stop by anytime anyone wants to chat about anything. We're we not me, right? We not me. So we're in this together. Thank you for the fun. It's been a blast. Now we're gonna go pop some champagne bottles later on.
Woof. I love it. Shibbender, last final thoughts.
Yeah, once again, just a great tournament, great testament to Bad Ideas' capabilities, and overall, Shibarium's the winner because we got a lot of projects out there and a lot of eyes on everybody here too as well. So appreciate you guys hosting this. Thank you.
Thank you for coming up, man. I appreciate you coming up and representing some of the Shib Dream community. Lightspeed, final thoughts for the folks before we shut her down?
I would just say thanks, everybody. We look at ourselves as the community builder for Shibarium, building the community, supporting the community, building out the community. There's lots of different ways to support Shibarium, either directly on the blockchain, like a lot of these projects are doing, or for those of us that preceded Shibarium and are on Ethereum. You can support in a lot of different ways. And this is one of the ways that we do it, building the community, providing an AI tool that supports that community. Eventually, we'll head on there as well. But there's lots of ways to participate and support Shibarium. I will burn a small amount of Bad Idea AI tokens here in a short while for fun, and I appreciate everybody coming.
And I would suggest if anybody's interested in following along with that burn, you could join the Bad Idea AI Telegram. He generally will post that information in there and allow you to follow along if you're the kind of person that likes to see that happen live. A somewhat bullish event for the Bad Idea community. So I'm very excited for you guys. And I would say thanks to you three for coming up here like I already did for being a speaker. And then before I switch back into character mode and sign out, I would just say for myself, both as Crypto Pulse Shane and as the guy who's speaking for Bad Idea, just thanks again to everybody for participating.